I help e-commerce brands scale to 7 figures and beyond using meta ads, and these are the metrics that I look at every single day to help us scale and to ensure that we're scaling profitably. Okay, here are my daily metrics. Now notice that ROAS is not up the top. I'm not starting an ads manager. I know you all take ROAS as the holy grail, but I will tell you why it's not my number one metric. ROAS is helpful and useful, but ROAS relies on tracking and attribution, which is not always 100% accurate, and it can become very biased. Profit is real, it's real figures. I care more about what hits the bank than what Meta thinks that I've made. ROAS is Meta's best guess, profit is the reality. You're gonna wanna look at your total revenue, which comes from Shopify, whatever platform you're using to track your revenue, minus all your expenses and your costs. Next, what I'm looking at is MER. This is marketing efficiency ratio. This is how my ads have performed across all platforms, so all of the spend versus the revenue. Then I'm looking at customer acquisition, and more specifically new customer acquisition. Can't afford to buy a customer, specifically a new customer, scaling's not going to work. If this cost is going up, my scaling is going to become less profitable. Then I'm looking at revenue per visit. I know a lot of you are not tracking this number, but it is so important and it can tell you how much you can pay for traffic. If I'm paying $3 to get someone to the site and I'm only making $2 every visit, I am losing money. That is a fast track to broke. Then I'm looking at CPA, cost per acquisition. This CPA is on each of the platforms. Specifically, I'm looking at meta ads. I obviously have a KPI that I want to hit for this. And you'll notice ROAS all the way down here, but obviously it's important when I'm looking at each specific ads platform. And I have my benchmarks of what ROAS I want to hit. So ROAS is going to tell me how it performed. The rest of the metrics are going to tell me why it performed or why it didn't perform. Now I'm looking at click-through rate, specifically link click-through rate. If people aren't clicking, it's telling me my ads suck and I need better ads. Because if they're not clicking, they're not getting to the website and they're not buying and I'm not making money. So I'm looking at video metrics. The most important one is thumb stop rate. Is my hook working? Are people stopping to watch the videos? Then I've got average order value, always looking to increase this. The higher I can get this, the more I can afford to pay for a customer. Now conversion rate probably should be up a little bit higher, but I'm not redoing this video. Conversion rate, you're going to be looking at Shopify and the ads manager. You really want to see in the conversion rate where it's not converting. So is this from the ads to the website, or is it specifically a website? Are people adding to cart but not checking out? Are they getting to checkout, not purchasing? Next one is returning customer rate. The reason I'm looking at this, especially if I'm scaling, is because if this is getting too high, I'm not reaching new customers, I'm not scaling. And last one down here, not the last one I look at, but for the most important metrics, CPM, which is how much I'm spending to get in front of people on Meta Ads platform. Just making sure this isn't creeping up too much and I'm spending too much to just get in front of people in the first place. So if not tracking any of these metrics and you're trying to scale your brand, then you should track these metrics and not just track them, but understand them.